New details on the train derailment in East Palestine and how local officers are working to contain the damage as much as possible.
And Kent welcomes new shops to the downtown Kent area. Find out what these shops are and how the owners have roots at Kent State.
President Joe Biden is set to give a highly anticipated speech. Stick with us to find out what details Biden might be addressing tonight.
Today we celebrate a big part of science and the world around us, the periodic table. With 118 elements, what's not to celebrate? All this and more as your TV2 FlashCast starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good morning, Portage County, and welcome to your Tuesday morning FlashCast. I'm Mara O'Malley.
And I'm Lindy Griesinger.
We begin today after a freight train derailed in East Palestine on Friday.
Our reporter Jacob Brooks has more details on the efforts to protect those who were required to evacuate.
Away from the derailment is East Palestine High School. Since Friday night, it has served as a shelter for people who were evacuated.
We had a lot of people here the first night as they were being evacuated. We had about 45 people here on that night. And we're at about 20 right now.
Inside the school's gym, the Red Cross has supplied food, water, and cots for people to sleep on.
It's scary, but I don't think you can do. Hope for the best these days.
Paul Cochran was one of the residents evacuated when a train carrying toxic chemicals derailed and caught fire.
When I saw the smoke, it like a bale of hay getting rolled up, going back and forth like this.
When cop was walking up to my door, I go, "Is it time to evacuate?" He goes, "The fire's behind your house." I look back, I see a great big wall of flame.
People here have been waiting for answers as to what the next steps are, and they got them Monday afternoon when Governor DeWine announced a controlled release of the chemicals.
I literally could feel the tension in the room drop. There was some relief because they got answers.
That's good because everything will get stabilized. They'll burn off all the chemicals, and they said there's possibly we can go home then.
During a press conference Monday night, East Palestine's mayor said people are still not able to go home and doesn't know when that time might come. But even as the derailment's impacts continue and firefighters fill neighborhood streets, there is some good to look for.
It's a true sense of community. Small town America is strong here, and they've been quite helpful with everything. There's a lot of community. Everybody knows everybody. It's a small town.
And hope for better days ahead.
I think everything's going to work out okay.
Jacob Brooks, TV2 News.
We will continue to monitor this event and keep you updated as we receive new information.
Be sure to follow Kent Wired on social media and tune in tonight at 6 o'clock for more.
Now we turn to other news. Kent State Florence is celebrating its 50th year anniversary. In 1972, 10 Kent State architecture students who were accompanied by faculty members traveled to Florence, Italy to study. They did not know it at the time, but these students and faculty illustrated a tradition of studying abroad in Florence that would continue around the university for many decades to follow. So happy 50th anniversary to the Kent State Florence, Italy Study Abroad program.
Downtown Kent is full of new activity. This past Saturday, 2 new businesses hosted their grand opening events. Rocco's Cupcakes and Sun and Leo are the latest additions to downtown and feature original homemade sweets and one-of-a-kind upcycled accessories. Both business owners are Kent State graduates. You can find these new businesses in the Acorn Alley district in downtown.
A Summit County program helped return a teenage man safely to his family. The program, known as the Take Me Home program, is a database of children and adults with developmental disabilities. The database currently has about 2,000 children and adults, but the Summit County prosecutor Sherry Walsh thinks that number should be higher. Walsh is hoping that other counties or the state will also adopt the Take Me Home program.
This March, the Greater Cleveland LGBTQ+ Community Needs Assessment Initiative will be launching. The project is led by Kent State's College of Public Health and partners with over 100 community organizations. Their goal is to address the most pressing needs in the LGBTQ+ community in the Greater Cleveland area. The needs assessment will include a range of activities, surveys, focus groups, and interviews to better understand the community.
What's poppin', Portage County? It's your boy, Josh Aponte, and let's take a look at your weather forecast. So right now here in Kent, we are sitting at 39 degrees. You know, it's not too bad. We are above freezing, so that's a W, I would consider it. But it does feel like 28, so it does feel a little chilly, and it is cloudy, a little gloomy, but hey, we thrive with it. Dew point's at 26. We got a little bit of wind going on, but honestly, you know, it's not too bad here in Kent. Now let's take a look at some temperatures around Northeast Ohio. In Sandusky, we're sitting at 46. That's basically summer weather for us here in Cleveland. We are sitting at 40 in Cleveland, actually, 41 in Mansfield, 36 in Canton, and that 33 in Kent, and 37 in Ashtabula. So we're kind of all over the board here in Northeast Ohio. Now let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. Today's high is going to be 54. That's going to be awesome. Make sure you go outside, get some fresh air. It's starting to smell a little bit like spring. We're not there yet, but kind of feels like spring with that nice temperature outside. Wednesday, it's going to be partly cloudy with 44, 60. It's going to be 60 on Thursday, and the rest of the week is going to be a little gloomy, a little sunny here and there. But that is all I have for now. I've been Josh Aponte. You've been you. We'll see you next time on TV2. Back to Mara O'Malley at the desk.
Thank you, Josh. A Georgia man is currently facing drug trafficking charges after being pulled over for a traffic stop on the Ohio Turnpike in Portage County. Upon the traffic stop, authorities said they found 24 pounds of suspected ecstasy pills in Cornell Harp's vehicle. According to the Portage County Sheriff's Office Facebook post, the pills have a total estimated street value just over $1 million.
Lawyers, nonprofit directors, and others are the nominees for Akron's new Civilian Police Oversight Board. Staff from Mayor Dan Horrigan's office, along with a group of city council members, formally made the announcement in the public safety meeting on Monday. According to research, as well as information shared in the meeting, the nominees come from a diverse background with legal and nonprofit experience.
Trial is set to begin for two former Ohio State football players who are accused of rape and kidnapping. 3 years after the alleged incident, Amar Reep and Johnson Witt are set to appear in court. In February of 2020, the woman, then 19 at the time, had asked Reep to stop, but he forced her to continue while Witt took part. If convicted, they will face up to 33 years in prison and would have to register as sex offenders.
Ohio officers involved in a fatal shooting earlier this week will not be charged in the death of 28-year-old Joe Frazier Jr. Officers responded to a burglary in progress when they found Frazier Jr. and his father, Joseph Frazier Sr. Hamilton County Prosecutor Melissa Powers said the three officers acted in self-defense when Frazier Jr. refused to comply with orders and then drove his vehicle towards them, nearly striking them.
Anthony will be joining us later in the show to give us all the details about President Joe Biden's State of the Union address.
And still to come, look around you. Everything is made of elements. Today is a day to celebrate the periodic table of elements, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back. We now turn our attention to the U.S. Capitol.
President Biden is expected to give a State of the Union address this evening. Our correspondent, Anthony Zacharyasz, has all the details. Hi, Anthony.
That's right, guys. President Biden is expected to give his State of the Union address tonight at 9 p.m.
What I'm looking forward to working on from this point on, what we've.
This will be President Biden's second State of the Union address, where numerous topics are anticipated to be highlighted. In Biden's first address last year, he talked about issues relating to the Russian invasion of Ukraine and life after COVID. This year, the president is expected to discuss the continued war in Ukraine at an upcoming one-year anniversary, the current inflation rates, and climate change. Biden may also preview a 2024 election message. For the State of the Union address tonight, First Lady Jill Biden is expected to be bringing the parents of Tyree Nichols to the Capitol. Nichols passed away in January after 5 police officers beat him up during a traffic stop in Memphis, Tennessee. Along with Nichols' parents, the First Lady's 26 guest list includes a survivor of the Holocaust, Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S., and Paul Pelosi. To watch Biden's first address to a divided Congress, you can tune in to any major broadcast and cable station. Media outlets like CNN, Fox News, and ABC News will be broadcasting the State of the Union address. Once again, the address is set for tonight at 9 p.m. TV2 will give you a full recap of the event, so be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Anthony Zacharyasz.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Good morning, Kent State. I'm Noah Kenney, and welcome to your morning sports report. Let's get right into the highlights. Brady Baugh, the men's track team, ran a sub-4-minute mile that placed him 5th overall. Baugh finished with 3-minute and 59-second mile time, the only Flash to ever run a sub-4-minute mile since Sam Baer in 1967. Ethan Yost also had a big day with 2 top 10 all-time performances as well. The Flashes are looking to bounce back from a big loss against Akron. They are now tied for 2nd place in the MAC with Toledo and will look to continue their 18-game home winning streak tonight against Bowling Green at 7 p.m. at the MAC Center. Hope to see you all there. Now to get into my Super Bowl preview. The ball has to get out of Patrick Mahomes' hands in a hurry, and it has to be the goal for the Chiefs. For all the fireworks both teams possess on offense and the amazing talents both quarterbacks have, the Super Bowl will be won by who can create a better pass rush. Mahomes and company will have no issue getting in a shootout when they can. They also have the potential to grind and control the clock. Furthermore, a high ankle sprain doesn't stop a superhero like Mahomes, but he is just still as good. Jalen Hurts on the other side is 2 weeks from a hurt shoulder, and he will be more dominant running force and create huge plays in the air as well. I fully expect the Eagles to dominate on offense and use their strong running game to control the clock. They'll hit the big plays, they'll expose the young defense, and the Eagles will win this game soundly 34-20. That's all we have time for. I've been Noah Kenney. Thank you for spending your morning with me. And this has been your morning FlashCast Sports Report. Now back to you, Lindy.
That is all the time we have for you this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm Lindy Griesinger.
And I'm Mara O'Malley. Have a great day, Portage County.